All right, breaking news out of the NBA where Andrew Wiggins and the Warriors have agreed to a 4-year, $109 million extension. That's been confirmed by our Bill Ryder. The deal ties Wiggins to Golden State for the next 5 seasons. Coming off his first career All-Star appearance, averaging just over 17 points, 4.5 rebounds per game, helping the Warriors win the NBA title. This is the second big extension the Warriors have agreed to today. Earlier this morning, Golden State and Jordan Poole agreed to a 4-year, $140 million extension. That was an expected deal for Jordan Poole. Andrew Wiggins is the latest to get a $100 million deal from the reigning NBA champions. All right, let's get some perspective. Welcome in CBS Sports NBA writer Colin Ward-Henninger. Colin, 2 deals worth over $100 million here for the Warriors. Your reaction, what more can you tell us about the deals that got done here for Jordan Poole and Andrew Wiggins?
Yeah, well, first starting with the Jordan Poole deal, this one was kind of expected that they would get this done before the season started. A little bit higher than expected. Most people probably thought it would be around that Tyler Hero range, which was 130. Poole getting 140. You know, maybe that's a little compensation for taking a punch from Draymond Green earlier in training camp. But it was absolutely expected that they would want to lock up Poole for the long term. In terms of Wiggins, that was a little bit more of a surprise. I expected those negotiations to go on throughout the season, and for Wiggins to take the pay cut that he did, $109 million, that's almost a $10 million per year pay cut in those first 2 years of the contract, which is pretty remarkable considering that Andrew Wiggins is coming off being perhaps the second best player on a championship team in the finals. So, a guy in the prime of his career probably could have gotten more in the open market. It just goes to show how important winning is for him and how happy he is with his situation with the Golden State Warriors.
Now that these deals are done, Colin, what's the biggest question for the Warriors going into the season, which begins Tuesday?
Yeah, the biggest question now in terms of, financials is what are they going to do with Draymond Green? He has a $27 million option for next season, a player option. It was expected that he was probably going to opt out of that. Right now, we're not so sure where his standing is in the league in terms of what he could command on the open market. So obviously with all of the drama that happened this preseason with Draymond Green punching Jordan Poole, now Jordan Poole getting all this money, we'll see. The Warriors say that they're ready to move on. Everyone's apologized. Everybody's trying to get back to the chemistry that they've developed over the last few seasons. But money does tend to creep into these things. And if Draymond Green wants an extension, if he wants more money, it's going to be difficult for the Warriors to give them that with these 2 deals with Jordan Poole and Andrew Wiggins. Assuming that Draymond opts in next season, the Warriors will be paying almost $275 million in luxury tax alone. Combine that with the salaries, you're looking at a bill of around $500 million. So they definitely have questions about what they want to do with Draymond Green, and this season will go a long way to proving that. Draymond Green has said that he has a lot of people that he wants to prove wrong this season. That chip on his shoulder is always there, but if he has a great season, he could go into free agency and possibly get even more money than that.
What is the contract, the deal for Jordan Poole? What kind of message does that send to Draymond Green?
I probably want to look at this as like, hey, we want to pay this guy instead of paying you. I don't know if that's necessarily the case here. Steve Kerr had kind of hinted a few days ago that this deal was going to happen. It was expected to be in this range, but the fact that he did get a little bit more shows that they just believe in this guy. And for what everybody has said throughout the Warriors since Jordan Poole has been here is that he's one of the hardest workers on the team. He's right up there with Steph Curry and Klay Thompson in terms of their work ethic, being in the gym, and this is a reward for that. And obviously, this is projecting that Jordan Poole is going to be able to carry that torch. The Warriors have wanted to kind of create this young core that can kind of take over for the big guys, the main guys, once they start to age out of their primes. And locking up Jordan Poole, locking up Andrew Wiggins is a sign that they are committed to that process. So obviously, you want to think of this as kind of a shot at Draymond Green, but in reality, I think that this is a deal that they were going to make regardless of what happened between Poole and Draymond in the preseason.
Colin, how am I supposed to believe, how are we supposed to believe that everything's okay going into the season? Because I'm curious the camaraderie right now in the locker room when the season starts. We could sit here and go, yeah, they're going to forget about Draymond Green punching Jordan Poole, sucker punched him in practice. But when you look at how this works, this is a team, and they won the NBA title last season. I'm confused at how this is going.